It's your main man, James Queen, and to be James Queen, you gotta be the best in the world. Be the best in the world, you gotta be James Queen. How you doing? Alright guys, let's get right into the video. Shit, I'm fucking around. Today, we're doing a hype up for UFC 204. Now, I'm so excited about this card. Like, it's ridiculous. Let me fix that real quick. It's ridiculous. You got Michael Bisping, my favorite fighter, taking on Dan Henderson, coming off of UFC 100, the brutal knockout that Dan Henderson put on Michael Bisping. Oh, guys, I am so excited for this fight. If you want to see that video, please go back to my videos, and I did a reaction to the promo, and they show it. Alright, so we're hyping up. It's the main event, the co-main event, and the match before the co-main event. Those are the matches, the top 3 matches, in my opinion, that's on the card. I'm going to show you more matches during the video. Our main event is, of course, Michael Bisping versus Dan Henderson. And then our co-main event is Vitor Belfort with his return against Gegard Mousasi, who's coming off of a win at UFC 200 with a brutal knockout. Guys, please go check that out. I'm going to try to show it without getting copyright. If I don't, then it won't be. But if it is, it'll be in the description down below. And then the match before the co-main event is Ovince St. Preux coming back off his loss against Jon Jones, which Jon Jones has so much shit going on right now. It's ridiculous. He's a dumbass in my opinion, but that's a different story for a different day. Versus Jimmy Manuwa, who's coming off a loss. I don't know who, but let's check these stats out. Let's go. What's up, guys? Alright, so let's start on the match before the co-main event. I'll work my way up. Alright, so it's Ovince St. Preux versus Jamie Manuwa. Here's the tell of the tape. Okay, Ovince St. Preux is coming. Well, he's 6'3". It's a light heavyweight bout, so which means it would be at 205. He won Fight of the Night once and Performance of the Night twice. His record is 9-8. So, I mean, he's doing pretty good for himself. So, yeah, he's doing pretty good for himself. And then you got Jamie Manuwa over here, coming off of a loss. They both coming off of losses, so this is about to be a scrap battle, 100%. And then Jimmy Manuwa is 15-2. I mean, he don't have as many fights as Ovince, but it's okay. It's all good. I mean, you don't need experience to win one Fight of the Night once. He's 36 years old, so he's almost an old head. But I don't count an old head until they're like 38, going into their 40s. And he's 6 foot flat. Ovince St. Preux is 6'3". I mean, that reach is going to be there. The height is going to be there. But if he can dip in one and come over real quick, it's going to be a knockout. But your boy going to be right there sitting there watching it. All right, so the co-main event, Vitor Belfort, coming off of a loss. He's 6 foot. I think this is going to be a light heavyweight bout. If not a middleweight bout, I don't see it being at welterweight. So it's either a middleweight bout or a lightweight bout. I'm not too sure. Vitor Belfort is 39 years old, if I haven't said it already. He won Performance of the Night once and Fight of the Night twice. And he is currently, his record is 25-12 with a total of 37 fights. Man, this guy has so much experience. He's just one of the best. He's just one of the best. And then you got Gegard Mousasi, who's 13-6-2 with 2 draws. That's embarrassing. Either you want to finish a fight or you want to lose, man. You never want it to be a draw. You never want it to be a draw. But with a total of 44 fights, he has a good amount of fights, way more than Vitor Belfort. So the experience is definitely there, but everybody don't give Gegard Mousasi his props. But it's all good though. He won Fight of the Night once, Performance of the Night 3 times. He's 6'2" and the age of 31. So Vitor Belfort is the veteran and the elder of Gegard Mousasi, but he has less fights though. I don't know. Here's the tell of the tape. Alright, now off to the best fight of the night. God, let's get it. Shit, let's get it. Alright, so Michael Bisping, 6 foot, 37 years old, won fight of the night 4 times. Performance of the night twice. He's 30-7 with a total of 37 fights. Man, this guy been around the way, whooping ass and taking names. 7 losses, 37 fights. I mean, you gotta give the guy his props. But also in one of those fights, he was brutally knocked out by Dan Henderson. Coming up on Dan Henderson, he is 5'11". He's shorter. The reach advantage is going to be there. He's 46 years old. He's a real old head, almost 50. Never, ever won a UFC championship. But he's not going to win one next week. Guaranteed. And he's 32-14 with a total of 46 fights. So he has more fights than Michael Bisping. He's been around the way for a long time. And he's the elder of Michael Bisping. He won fight of the night 3 times. Performance of the night 2 times. And obviously at UFC 100 KO of the night 1 time against Michael Bisping. But here's the tell of the tape. So they match up pretty good, in my opinion. And I'm so ready for this fight. Oh my God. I heard Stefan Struve is on the card. I don't know exactly who he's versing. And then Brad Pickett is on the card. I don't know necessarily who he's versing. But, I mean, this card is going to be lit, guys. Go and order it 100%. I mean, these fights, they seem good. But, you know, some fights turn out really boring. But these guys are coming off of losses. Ooh. My camera dropped. I kicked it. My fault. So, these guys are coming off of losses. Most of them, like Ovince St. Preux is coming off a loss, Jimmy Manuwa is coming off of a loss. It's going to be a scrap battle. Vitor Belfort is coming off a loss. Gegard Mousasi is coming off of a win. But it still could be a scrap fight because Vitor Belfort is his elder, and he wants to get that win, and he wants to get that title. I'm sure, like, everybody wants to get that title before they lose. And then you got Michael Bisping and Dan Henderson. Michael, I believe, is coming off of a win. Yes, he's coming off a win against Luke Rockhold. He said he was going to knock him out in the first round. What did he do? He did it. How you doing? Now, Dan Henderson is coming off of a win, too. Performance of the night of Hector Lombard. He elbowed him. It was a nasty back elbow. I think it was in the clinch like this. And he just, and before you know it, that ref was pulling him off. But Dan Henderson definitely has the knockout power, but I do not think he has the smarts in the game plan of Michael Bisping. Now, I have watched partial of the UFC 100 fight. Michael Bisping's game plan was not that great. He was really back-footing up, going like this. But the great news is that after this fight, if Michael Bisping wins, he has a chance to verse Georges St-Pierre. Georges St-Pierre is coming out of retirement, and I'm pretty excited about it. I never really had a chance to see him fight live, but him versus my favorite fighter, Michael Bisping, obviously I'm gonna go for Michael Bisping. But then Georges St-Pierre wanted to fight Nick Diaz, but he wanted $10 million for the fight, and Dana White said no. Says Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo put that on social media, not me. That's how I found out. And then, so if Georges St-Pierre wants a lot of money, he definitely has to get a fighter that's going to talk shit and that's going to hype up the fight. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. It was not for Nick Diaz that he wanted 10 mil. He was going to fight Conor McGregor at lightweight. So I think if he still wants that 10 mil, he probably can get half of it working Michael Bisping, because Michael Bisping has already shouted out to him and says, "Grow a set of balls and come verse me after this fight." So I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully everything plans out. We're going to get into a little bit of UFC 205 and a little bit of UFC 206. We're going to get that done today. And that pretty much wraps up the video, guys. Shit. I'm excited for this fight. You should be excited for this fight. I'll see you next video. Be like 2 more months. But he's like, why can't I just make my own merchandise and I can get it here in like 2